Okay, on Wednesday, the core class are going to be working on algebraic fractions. This is number from year 9 and 10. You need to rewrite this fraction with the same denominator. I'm going to choose the number 20. And I chose 20 because 4 goes into 20 and so does 5. And I thought of 20 because I multiplied 4 times 5. In this fraction, I multiplied the 4 by 5. I must also do the top by 5 to make it an equivalent fraction. So 3 5s are 15. Over here, I multiplied the 5 by 4 to get 20. I therefore must multiply the top by 4. And 1 times 4 is 4. Okay? Now I can just add along the top line and get 19/20. That's number. We're working with algebra, so in other words, you'll see letters in the formula. Same principles though. You need to have a common denominator. And I'm going to choose 12 because 3 times 4 is 12. With this fraction though, I multiplied the 3 by the 4. I therefore must multiply the x by 4 because you have to do the same thing to the bottom to the top to get an equivalent fraction. So over here now, the equivalent fraction of x over 3 is 4x over 12. Over here, I multiplied the denominator by 3. I should also multiply the numerator by 3 to have an equivalent fraction. 2x times 3 is 6x. So the equivalent fraction of 2x over 4 is 6x over 12. They are the same fraction. Now that I have common denominators, I can simply add the numerators. 4x plus 6x is 10x. If you can simplify your answer, and in this case I can, then go ahead and do it. 5x over 6. And that would be my simplifying fractions problem number 1. Okay, question number 2. Remember, we're still working with algebraic fractions. However, we've got a fraction and a number. I'm going to turn my number into a fraction. The fraction for 2, turning 2 into a fraction, if I put it over 1, because anything divided by 1, it's just itself. So if I rewrite this problem, x over 4 plus 2 over 1. I can't add the numerators yet because my denominators are different. I'm going to rewrite the fraction both over the denominator 4. The reason I chose 4 again is 4 times 1. Okay. With this fraction I multiplied by 1. So I multiply the numerator by 1. With this fraction over here, I had to multiply the denominator by 4. Therefore, I should multiply the numerator by 4 to have an equivalent fraction. 2 times 4, 8. Still a plus here. But now I've got equivalent, common denominators. And all I need to do is do the addition of the top line, d plus 8. Okay, a slightly more complicated one, but it doesn't have to be more complicated. Remember, all I'm trying to do is get equivalent denominators. I'm going to choose 3 times 7. Equivalent denominators will be 21. With this one, I multiply by 7. So I have to multiply the top line by 7. So just leave it like that, 7x plus 1, close bracket. Over here, I multiplied this one by 3. I must therefore multiply the top line by 3 to make it an equivalent fraction. 2 minus x, keep the brackets, multiplied by 3. And essentially now, I just add the numerators. And the last step okay, and you've just added the numerators together. You would then need to expand out the brackets. Okay, it's still over 21, and then you would need to collect like terms. Notice that animal and that animal there. 7x minus 3x is 4x, and 6 plus 7 is 13. Over 21. Oops, over 21. And that would be my answer.